All right, Shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathum. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. This is Ainaya Allah with the beloved truth. In today's lesson, I'm going to call it Our End Shall Be Tested, or To Be Tested. It's just based off some scriptures I was going through earlier in the week. And just basically showing you that in the times that we're living in, that the people that surround us in our daily lives, the one we say hi and bye to, the ones we see on a daily basis, probably even your woman, your mother, your brothers, and those that's close to you, they're gonna give in, they're gonna give in, and you kind of gonna be on your basically you're lonesome, you're gonna be by yourself, which we are, we by ourselves in this thing already, because we bearing our own cross, so just like Yahushua, we have a lot of things in resemblance with Yahushua as far as suffering goes. And one part of that is suffering from basically being turned in by those who you think care for you. A lot of them, they're gonna get the the RFID chip. A lot of them, they're gonna be pointing a finger, because when Esau come down on these so-called Americans, he's gonna give them an ultimatum. He's gonna be trying to get people to turn people in and do all these sorts of things, man. So it's just scriptures to keep you in mind, keep you in that spirit of just knowing what type of what type of situation you're gonna be dealing with. So I got a few scriptures, and I'm gonna start with John chapter 7 verses 1. It says, after these things Yahushua walked in Galilee, because we always got Yahushua for an example. It says, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence, and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, shew thyself to the world. All right, and that's basically what they were saying to Yahushua. All right, it says, for neither did his brethren believe in him. Then Yahushua said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. All right, so we already know Yahushua's standpoint was against the world at that very time, which was the Roman Empire, even his own people that was leading, in that time, those that were propped up and basically leaders. So, just a precept for that is Isaiah chapter 59, and we all hold this. We all hold this stamp, this position. Let me see. This is Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. All right, so basically we're gonna become prey in these very end times. All right, it says, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him, that there was no judgment. All right, so in these very end times, man, we make ourselves prey. All right, prey to who? Prey to Esau, to his satanic society, they're gonna basically want to wipe us out. They want to basically seek and destroy us. So that's the situation the reality of the situation that we're put in, because we seek the truth. All right, and we depart from evil, which is the society, as much as possible. So I go back to John 1:7. So the point is clear. We making ourselves a prey, just like Yahushua made himself a prey, because he sought justice. He departed from evil. All right. So I'll go back to John chapter 7. Because he was explaining that his time is not yet, is yet come. But he knew that his time was to come, just like we do, but knowing it's half the battle, which Yahushua is a prime example in that. So I'll continue. This is John chapter 7 verses 8. It says, "Go ye up unto this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come." When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. Then the Jews sought him at the feast, and said, Where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. For some said, He is a good man. Others said, Nay, but he deceiveth the people. Howbeit no man spake openly of him for fear of the Jews. All right. So basically, that's what they got in their minds now. They say some say we are good men, and some say we deceive the people. So primarily us at Great Millstone, that's what they're saying about us. So that's what the world, so it's you got those that's for us and those that's against us. But all in all, we're truly by ourselves, okay? And the Spirit have the apostles, I find it funny because I don't find it funny, but I find it kind of peculiar that we kind of venturing off and doing the Passover at our homes, individually, which we were supposed to do anyway. All right, so we can basically sanctify our house, all right, and exempt ourselves in our own houses. But it's only peculiar because it's almost done in secret. All right, so it's almost that fashion is coming into play when you look at the reality of it. All right, so it says let me see. It says then the Jews saw them at the feast. All right, verse 13, John 7:13. Howbeit no man spake openly of him for the fear of the Jews. Now about the midst of the feast, Yahushua went up into the temple and taught, and the Jews marveled, saying, How knoweth this man letters, having never learned? Yahushua answered them and said, My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. And we play out the same scenario, just in a different time that Yahushua played out. People marvel at us because we are able to break down the scriptures only through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So and that's where we at right now. It says verse 17. It says, If any man will do this, or will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of the Most High, or whether I speak of myself. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory, but he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. So basically, you know, Salakia, because I almost missed my point. It's, my doctrine is not is not mine, but his that sent me. So basically, we have the doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh Yahushai, you know, and we basically bringing it out, we're not holding no punches. It's being brought out, and you got those that don't believe, and you got those that do believe, but all in all, everybody's gonna be tested, everybody's in is gonna be tested, okay. So I'll continue Luke 21:6, and I don't mean to make this long, but just to shed some truths and some facts on where the world stands and where we stand. All right. So this is Luke 21:16. It says, "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents." Salaki, let me start up. Let me see. Luke 21, and I'll start at 8. And he said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushai, or the anointed. And the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven." See, a lot of you people think that within the last 50 years, or even 20 years to be precise, that that these things really haven't been happening and taking place that much. But if you even look back hundreds of years ago, the wars have been happening. World War I, World War II, and that's what it's alluding to. All right, diverse earthquakes and those things of that nature, man. Now we're at a point where the truth is being broadcasted throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, so a lot of these things have taken place. See, but you got these Johnny come latelys who, in their mind, they're expecting that these things supposed to happen, 30 years ago, and a lot of prophecies are taking place right now. A lot of the same prophecies are taking place. All right, more wars and commotions, more of that. So, it's just to say, like, people have their, have the wrong mindset when it comes to, the scriptures or understanding of the scriptures. All right. So, I continue. It says, but there, let me see. Verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, solar, lunar eclipses. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you. All right, it says, delivering you up to the synagogues and to the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And that happened. All right, and that was basically the time before we fell away. All right, so because all the apostles were kind of put to death. All right, except for John the Baptist. I mean, not John the Baptist, Salakia. John on the island of Patmos. All right, John the Revelator. It says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts. Right. So And that, again, keep this in mind. It says, verse 14, settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. All right? For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So we embody the same um, um, situations that was happening during the time of Yahushua. All right? It says, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren, and this is the point, and kinsfolk, folks, and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. All right? And that's the time we live in. It says, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. All right? And your patience possess ye your souls. Okay, so, and that's why we can't be hasty to do carnal things. All right? So, but we embody this very point right here. You shall be betrayed by both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. All right, and basically, and that's why we're on our own. All right. Okay, verse 3. My third scripture. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verses 66. What will ye do? Or how will ye hide your sins before the Most High and his angels? Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them, and that's basically the RFID chip. You know, that's people receiving the mark of the beast. Okay. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. All right, because I mentioned in the scripture before this one that you shall be betrayed by parents, brethren. All right, and they're gonna consent unto the image and the mark of the beast. Right, and they're gonna be had in derision. All right, they're gonna consent unto the American way. All right, the New World Order, so to speak. Okay, and they're gonna be had in derision. All right, and in reproach and trodden underfoot. And there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And that's when martial law comes in. All right. So that time that we have yet to reach that time, but that's the time we're waiting on. All right. That great insurrection before. That's going to take place here in America and in every city. All right. Alright, so they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, because we've got to go through some dire, hard times, and it's gonna be it's gonna be you're gonna have to deal with it basically. So but you got others that's gonna basically they're gonna consent unto the New World Order. All right. And we're gonna be those who basically have to basically, my point is everybody's going to have to make a choice, okay? And that choice, people are choosing it, what they believe in and what they want to do now, okay? So I go to my fourth scripture. This is John 15 and 20. All right. It's John 15 and 20. Salakia. This is John 15 and 20. It says, "Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep your saying, yours also." All right? So you better believe they keeping what we saying. All right? It says, "But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me." All right? So a lot of people in the world, they don't know Yahushua. Even the ones that claim they're Israel. Because most of these guys that claim they're Israel, they're going to be the ones that get the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. All right? Okay? So it says, all right, yeah, so that's it on that. Okay, so next scripture is Wisdom of Solomon. Let's see, make sure I got them all. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verses 8. Chapter 2, verses 8 says, "Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress Slakia. No, Wisdom of Solomon. 20. Oh, Salakia. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that one. 'Cause that's something different. That's basically Esau, which I'll do in another lesson. So Psalms 35 and 35 and 11. It says, "False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good, to the spoiling of my soul." All right, and that's the prime example of what we're going through. All right, they're gonna reward us evil for good. All right, for standing up for justice, for calling for justice. May I say? It says, "But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned unto mine own bosom." All right, and that's what we do, man. Really, they see us as these hard, barbaric, uh, you know, people or guys. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that really, um, we have loads and tons of mercy. All right, but verse 14, I says, I behave myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bow down heavily, as one that mourneth for his mother. All right, but in my adversity they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me, and cease not. All right. So basically, that's what these people are doing. And last week I made a statement um, on GMS Ring the Alarm. From and it could be just my opinion, but I believe that the questions that they pose into Great Millstone as far as the resurrection. I mean, or um, what is it? Reincarnation versus resurrection. Um, I feel as though they're only you know only trying to spy out or basically you know see what the real doctrine is, so they can try to undermine us by basically just pointing the finger at us and trying to separate themselves from us, as though they don't believe in certain things, like or we're the volatile ones. We're the ones that's calling all the causing all the ruckus. But it's all scriptural. So I don't pay no mind, but it's just something I've seen. And I feel as though they're gonna ask more questions. Pertaining to the gospel, pertaining to our faith, only so they can you know be the ones to point the finger and say, see, look, they believe in this abstract, crazy doctrine, which we do have faith in wholeheartedly. And, just to try and overthrow us with Esau. So, you know, but, all in all, everything is through the will and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, as long as it's the Lord's will, man, you can't do nothing against it. But that's all of this is scriptural. So, with that, I'll just this will be my closing, and I'll just say, shalom to the brethren. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders at Great Millstone. Signing off. Shalom.